right now, I'm not even going to test anything out. It's been working so well that why would I? I am just going to make sure that all the platforms are showing live. Let me just refresh this last one. No, I don't want you to refresh that one. I want you to refresh this one. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. We're going to open up a Precon that I've been excited about to open for a while. I don't know why I've been putting it off, but now today's the day I've decided. Let me move my mic out of the picture a little bit more. Maybe right there is fine. Maybe you guys can still hear me from there. But yes, this is what we're opening up today. Very excited about it. A much more chill stream than normal. Probably more low energy than you've come to expect. And that's because I've had a headache all day. I actually debated on whether or not to go live at all. However, I know me, and if I don't go live today, then I won't go live tomorrow or the next day, and forever after that. So I felt like I had to give it a shot for the benefit of myself. All right, here it is. Ahoy Mateys. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I haven't opened a single one from this set. This one is the one that caught my eye. The dinosaur one looked pretty cool too. I'm not gonna lie, the dinosaur looked pretty cool. I think I might buy that for one of my friends. Maybe expand upon the pod. Maybe have just the whole Ixalan pod. Because I feel like this set had something for everybody. All right, check this. All right, listen to this. Maybe I can get it on one poll. Oh, pretty good. I didn't get it all the way right there, but I got it pretty darn close. One of my best polls in a while. Lost Sailors aren't failures. Lost Sailors aren't failures. I don't know how I could apply that to my life. Lost Sailors aren't failures. Kuro, welcome back, my friend. I'm taking a little bit of a break from the gameplay. I was on fire yesterday. I kind of want to ride that wave out. However, I've had a headache all day, man. So I felt like this was a good middle ground. Opening up this Precon, so far, just from the packaging, I'm pretty darn impressed. The foiling is pretty cool. And this mythic logo looks pretty darn cool too. It's kind of irritating because I received your Twitch notification late. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Hey, you're here now, though. So, thanks for being here. Hey, thanks for having notifications on, too, bro. You're the best. I honestly am probably not going to be on for too much longer. I'm probably just going to be opening this, sleeving it up. I got some sleeves right here. And then I'm going to call it a night just because this headache is kicking my butt today. But who knows? Maybe my headache will fade out and I'll go back to standard ranked. Because I was on fire yesterday. Oh, I always forget about this. They give us packs. Right? Yes, they give me a pack. I don't know if there's anything expensive in this set, but if there is, it's in this pack right here. Is that a new deck? Yes, sir. Well, it's new to me. It's new to me. I think it's a few years old. No, not a few years. Maybe like a year or so old. Something like that. But it is new to me. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It's pirate themed. I've always been into pirates. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean, One Piece. You can't go wrong with pirates. Get a nice life counter. An okay deck box. I mean, it's okay for me because I'm not going to double sleeve it. I can see why you don't like it if you double sleeve your cards, which if you have expensive cards, it's always a good idea. There's the deck box. And there's a lot of good stuff on that set. It's all new to me, my friend. However, from the looks of it, like the dinosaur deck looked pretty cool. This deck looked pretty cool to me, but I don't know any of the singles. However, that pack right there is about to have the best card in it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Oh, this is how you get the deck out. And I get some more counters. For a newbie like me, counters are a joy to behold. That's for sure. And I don't know if you can tell, like, this is way more bear. Dinos are scary. Yeah, the dino deck looked really cool. I thought about getting that or this one. However, the pirates spoke to me more, but I may end up buying the dino one too, but I might just give it to like a friend of mine or something. Because that one did look pretty cool too. Here's the waste of paper they give you. Literally a waste of paper. I don't see why they do that, to be honest with you. It's not even a play mat. They could have easily made it into a play mat. These have skulls on them, so I wonder if there's like infect in this deck. I really haven't spoiled the deck list for me, but here it is. And honestly, she's kind of ugly. Combo-y, I believe. Hey, I like that. As long as the combos aren't like brain rotten combos, I'm a happy camper. But if it's just degenerate slop, then I'm just like, ew. Smells good. Not as good as Yu-Gi-Oh, but it smells good. I can't be the only one to sniff my cards. I love sniffing my cards. I don't know why. Yu-Gi-Oh cards smell great. So every time I get a deck, even if it's Magic, I open it. Ragavan? Ragavan's in this deck? I know Ragavan's a great card. Karen, OP, welcome. I'm just having a chill stream tonight. I'm just opening the Lost Caverns of Ixalan Precon, the Ahoy Mateys Precon. Looking forward to it. I usually stream every day. I usually play Magic the Gathering Arena. I do plan on expanding my horizons, pun intended, kind of, because of the Pirates, you know what I mean? I might start playing Final Fantasy here soon. Who knows? Time to YouTube the deck builds for that deck. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I got all these precons because like the idea was to build them all out evenly and have like a pretty nice pod. So whenever one of my friends who aren't into Magic, none of them are into Magic, can come over and play and we can all be Magic the Gathering players together. That was the goal. Admiral Brass, Unsinkable, or Don Andres, the Renegade. Let's see what they do. When Admiral Brass, Unsinkable, enters the battlefield, mill 4. Ooh, I like that. Mill 4 cards. I like mill effects. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may return a target pirate creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It has base power and toughness 4/4. It gains haste until end of turn. That's pretty darn good. That's a 5-drop, though. This is a 4-drop. Each creature you control but don't own gets +2/+2, has menace and death touch, and is a pirate in addition to its other types. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell you don't own, create 2 tapped treasure tokens. Okay, so I'm hoping, just from watching this, bro, your energy is so good with only one watching. I'm subscribing to you. Thank you so much, Karen. That was the nicest thing, man. You just made my night. I've been having a kind of a rough day. I woke up with a headache. And I honestly debated on not streaming today, but I know myself. If I miss a day streaming, then that's it. It's game over. I'm never streaming ever again. So you just made my night, Karen. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for subscribing. Based off of just reading these 2 cards alone, I'm really hoping that this pirate deck does pirate things and I steal stuff from my opponents, because that would be pretty darn cool. And if that's the case, I'm going to make this shiny boy my commander. But for right now, I'll just sleeve up Admiral Brass in the blue sleeve. And leave on Don Andres into the normal deck color, of which I have black. That's the only sleeve I have left, is the black sleeves. All right, let's get into the rest of the deck. I'm really hoping for some steal my opponent's stuff. If that's the case, I'm going to be a happy camper. That's for sure. Azure Fleet Admiral. When Azure Fleet Admiral enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Okay, Monarch's exciting. Azure Fleet Admiral can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. This can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. Why would I block my own stuff? How could that even happen? That doesn't even make any sense. But it is what it is. Well, we're moving on. I can't spend 20 minutes on one card. Enterprising Scallywag. At the beginning of your end step, If you descended this turn, create a treasure token. You descend if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere. Okay, I mill 4 cards with my commander. So I would like the treasure tokens. I'll take that. I have zero idea about Pokemon cards because there's no craze for Pokemon in India. That makes sense. And honestly, lucky you guys, because the Pokemon craze here just is like sweaty, stinky old men that steal all of the product from grocery stores so children can't buy them. So I'm not really into Pokemon myself. Monarch can be passed around. I just forgot the ruling about it. Okay, that makes sense. So this just assumes that someone's going to take the monarchy from me, and then if that's the case, it can't be blocked, and I'll get it back. Okay, that makes sense. So it's more of a setup card, basically. That makes a whole lot more sense. Yeah, because that actually sounds right. I've seen many episodes with the monarchy, and I think when you attack the monarch, you get the monarchy back. So that can't be blocked by a monarch. So that makes sense. All right, Daring Saboteur. Daring Saboteur can't be blocked this turn. When Daring Saboteur deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. All right, so this one also gets through. So this would get you the monarchy back too. This might be like a monarchy type of deck, and if so, I wouldn't be mad at that. In fact, I would be a bit excited, to be honest with you. All right, let's go. Departed Deckhand. When Departed Deckhand becomes a target of a spell, sacrifice it. Departed Deckhand can't be blocked except another creature that can't be blocked except by spirits. Another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits. Okay, so this is definitely seeming to be a monarch deck. Do you guys make money from cards, or is just for collection and passion? I make no money. No money at all. In fact, if you tuned into me yesterday or the day before or the day before or the day before, you would have seen this entire wall right here just ceiling to floor. All Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And basically I had to pack them all up because I'm in the process of moving. And honestly, I'm probably never going to unpack them. So I wasted many thousands of dollars on the cards. So in fact, I don't make money on it. I actually lose money. That's all I do is lose money. I'm an idiot. All I remember about Monarch is that you can draw a card before ending your turn. Yes, that sounds familiar too. That does sound familiar. I watched way too many game night episodes. So if there's one thing I know, they love Monarchy in that show. Distant Melody. Choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Alright, I'm definitely going to be choosing Pirate. A 4-drop. So hopefully I get a bunch of pirates on the board and can draw a bunch of cards. Ghost of Ramirez de Pierto. Can't be enough. This is crazy. This entire deck can't be blocked. So I'm just gonna... Actually, this deck would be perfect for me because the thing I'm struggling with the most in Magic the Gathering is combat. I suck at combat. I attack when I shouldn't attack. I leave stuff up when I should be attacking. I'm quite bad at it. But I'm getting better, that being said. That being said, I am getting better. Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. Whenever one or more pirate you control deal damage to your opponents, you create a treasure token. I love me a treasure token, and that's thematic. Very thematic for this deck, so that's pretty cool. It's a flyer too, so it's hard to block. Merchant Raiders. Whenever Merchant Raiders or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, tap up to one target creature. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Merchant Raiders. Wow, that's interesting. It is a 4-drop though. A 2/4 4-drop that's basically semi-removal. A little bit of removal, kind of. A removal that stays there, which actually is pretty good, I think. Oh, Malcolm, that's a CDH. Is it really? Is it really? Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. Huh. I can definitely... Oh, it's partner too. I wonder what they partner with this, if anything. That's pretty cool. I can definitely see why. So is Pirates like a CEDH strat? If so, I'm surprised I got this for as cheap as I did. Because none of the Precons I got are expensive. Were expensive, I should say. Spectral Sailor. Flash, flying, draw a card for 1? For 1 mana, flash, flying, it's only a 1/1, but still, that seems pretty darn good. Windfall, I know what this does. Not by heart, though. Why are you quitting? Oh, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. But I don't know. I've just been a lot less materialistic. So, like, having all that crap back there honestly didn't bring me any joy. It honestly brought me some shame because, like, it was just so much excess. So many bad purchases compiled throughout the years, and it's, I don't know, it just kind of gives me the ick, which is a topical thing to say, I guess. So I'm not quitting. I'm probably not going to be collecting anything. I'm just, like, for example, this deck, the Magic the Gathering stuff, like, I'm not collecting it. I actually bought it to play, almost like a board game with my friends, because I kind of gotten addicted to Magic the Gathering recently. All right, Feed the Swarm. I've heard of this before. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to the permanent's mana value. Doesn't seem like the best removal spell, but for 2 mana, I'll take it. Pitless Plunderer. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a treasure token. Okay, I think this makes them die, right? No, or did they just remain on the field? No, it just remains. They just have a finality counter on it. So I wonder if there's going to be plenty of, like, you know, you flicker stuff. That's the thing. Good thing about Magic the Gathering is that the bad purchases can be used for other formats, especially EDH. That's true. And what's really nice about me getting into Magic, like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh! I was never really into modern, like the modern gameplay, because, like, it's been bad for so long, so I've never been that big of a fan. I was a big fan of a couple eras, some of the Link eras, but so I did buy stuff to play with them, but even then I would collect them. So I would literally be buying stuff just to put it on my shelf, which is just so stupid. It's so stupid. Why would you do? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Have fun, bro. You didn't waste the money. It's your passion. Be proud. That's true. I'm not ashamed that it is my passion. I don't know. It's just, I'd rather be less materialistic. Like, I sold a couple of cars recently. I sold a watch. I don't know. I feel like I'm maturing. I'd rather use this stuff. Like, here's a good example. Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Had this, like, Kaiba briefcase thing. I bought 2 of them. And I just put it on a shelf, still in its packaging. However, since I'm moving, I only have so many boxes, so much bubble wrap. Is I actually took it out, and my plan is to actually put some cards in it and use it as an actual briefcase. So old me would never have done that. New me is definitely doing that. All right, Breaches, Brazen Plunderer. Menace, I like Menace. The more I play the game, the more I like the keyword Menace. Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponent, exile a top card of each of those opponent's libraries. You may play those cards this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Okay, well, this goes... Okay, I'm going to start making 2 piles. The one on the right here is just pirate stuff. The one on the left here is stealing my opponent's stuff. Because if this pile gets big enough, I'm going to choose Don Andres. That's what I'm going to do. I really like Don Andres. Faithless Looting. I know that card, and I do like that card. Rakdos Charm. I kind of know this, right? Destroy each creature deals 1 damage to his controller. Each creature deals 1 damage to his controller. Exile target. I feel like this was a standard deck at one point, because I've seen it online, I think. Ramirez. De Pietro. This is the second Ramirez card, actually, I think. When Ramirez enters the battlefield, you lose 2 life and create 2 treasure tokens. That's pretty good. Whenever one or more pirates you control deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of that player's library. You may cast that card as long as it remains exiled. That's 2. That's 2 in that pile. There we go. That card is good. 4 is sure. It seems like it. Yeah, for sure. Actually, that's 3 cards back to back where I quite fancy them. Arcane Signet, Commander Staple, Commander Sphere. I feel like this is less of a staple but still pretty good, I think. 1 extra mana for a card draw effect. Third mode is really good answer with Tokinator decks. Yeah, for sure. It seems like that's actually the first thing I thought of. I was thinking about like how I could use that card in standard. And I was like, well, the green deck that we all know and hate with Ouroboid, I mean, that's like 9 damage on turn 2 for them. For only 2 mana. That's actually turn 2, 9 damage. You survive 1 turn, boom. You win the game right out of nowhere. The Mirror Signet, Herald's Horn. I don't know what this one is. I'm going to read this. As Herald's Horn enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creature spells you cast with a chosen type cost 1 less to cast, pirates. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Not bad. Not bad for a dad. That's for sure. Izzet Signet. I always love how this looks. And honestly, the lightning in the background kind of looks like water. So that actually fits the bill real nice. Real nice. I love artifacts. I wouldn't mind building an artifact deck because just having a bunch of artifacts on the field makes you feel like a wealthy man. It's like a whole bunch of jewels. Like a king back in the day would have jewels just flown about his quarters. Soul Ring. Everybody knows and loves the Soul Ring. Wayfarer's Bauble. That's alright. Search the library for a basic land. Command Tower. I thought they were gonna like ban this or something. I heard that from a YouTube channel one time. Signets are always good. You can always use them to your other decks. Yes. When you have, yeah, for sure. Having all these precons it makes me have a collection out of thin air. So eventually I'll have enough cards just from all these precons I'm getting. And I might be able to make some decks. Maybe some popper decks. The person I bought some of these precons from just included a popper deck. In fact, I kind of want to open that next. Why not? My headache is kind of like flatlined here, so maybe I could do that. Popper seems like a very fun format. So I was really excited to learn about it. The Indomitable. Now, what a freaking name and card art. This card, Trample. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Crew 3. You may cast the Indomitable from your graveyard as long as you control 3 or more tap pirates. Okay, the thing to this day, and I know it's only been like a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be, of me being into Magic, but to this day, I don't really understand the point of vehicles. Like, is the thing that makes vehicles good the fact that this is a 6/6 for 4 mana, where a 6/6 would normally cost like 5 or 6 mana? Is that like the whole thing about vehicles? If so, I can definitely get on board with that. But I feel like that's not it. At one point, I thought, well, like, well, maybe because they're artifacts, maybe they don't need to have haste. Maybe you play them, and then you crew them, and then you can attack same turn. That's what I was thinking. But then that was obviously incorrect. So I think, is it just cheaper? Cheaper 6/6s or something like that? I don't know. No idea, actually. Stormfleet Navigator. I think I've heard of this card before. Parlay. Hey, Parlay. That's from Pirates of the Caribbean. Whenever Stormfleet Negotiator attacks, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, you create a map token, then each player draws a card. Okay, that almost was going in this pile, but it doesn't. Wait, actually, you may cast that... Oh, okay, just that card. Never mind. I was thinking of any exiled card. Francisco Val Marauder. Wow, that was a brain slip up. Francisco Val Marauder. Can't block. Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to a player, Francisco explores. That's kind of funny. What is this? It's a bird, but I don't see its face. Where the heck is its face? Oh, I see its face. It's like this. That's funny. And it's a part. It could be a commander. Whenever one or more pirates you deal, Francisco explores. That's going in that pile. So far, this pile is pretty darn small, but we do have plenty of options left. The Grim Captain's Blocker. Surveil 1. Until the end of turn, each creature card in your graveyard gains escape. Exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. Building that one. Not a big fan of that one, to be honest with you. Surveillance okay. Actually goes well with Admiral Brass. Skeleton Crew. That's kind of funny. Each other creature you control that's a skeleton or pirate gets +1/+1. Whenever one or more creatures card leaves your graveyard, create a 2/2 black skeleton pirate creature token. All right, this pile is super small. Super small indeed. Because I see a Ragavan. Am I going to get a Ragavan? I really want a Ragavan because I know that card's good. Menace and Haste. That's exciting. Boast. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Broadside Bombardiers deals damage equal to 2 plus the sacrifice permanent's mana value. Whatever, dude. Gem Cutter Buccaneer. Whenever Gem Cutter Buccaneer or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, create a tap treasure token. Ah, man, I was getting really excited for Don Andres. Maybe I can build a deck myself for Don Andres. Maybe that's a future stream video. Maybe arm mounted anchor. Oh, that would be very heavy. That would require a very strong man. That's for damn sure. Gets +2/+2 and has menace. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discarded a pirate card. Then, unless you discard a pirate card. Interesting. Still nothing that I can steal from my opponents. But we're coming into some blue cards. We were just in red and black. Maybe blue is the color of theft. When Ampin Mutineer enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature controllers create... Oh, I've seen this card played. Oh, I think that was played in the episode with Post Malone. I don't know why that's ringing such a bell. I think the reaction to it was kind of crazy. Bite into Thassa. Creature your opponent controls attack this turn if able. That bored me a little bit. I was so excited for theft abilities that everything else just seems so secondary at this point. Corsair Captain. When Corsair Captain enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Other pirates you control. I do like the treasure. Even though I'm not getting theft, I'm getting a lot of treasure, and treasure does excite me. Evacuation. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. For 5 mana, it does have Admiral Brass on there. So that's alright. That's alright, Mike. Time Stream Navigator. Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game. I don't know what the city's blessing is, but it's a blessing, so it must be good. You know what I mean? Alright, put Time Stream Navigator on the bottom of the owner's library. Take an extra turn after this one. Activate only if you have a city's blessing. This card's cool as hell. This might be my favorite card I've ever read. Now, that's probably recency bias for sure, because I've opened a lot of cool cards recently. But that is pretty dang cool, man. Even though it's not theft, I'm putting that card here just to have it handy. Wowee. Warkite Marauder. Is it a legendary creature? It's not, so you couldn't build a deck around that. Warkite Marauder. Whenever this attacks, target creature defending player controls loses all abilities and has base power and toughness 0/1 until end of turn. Wow, that's pretty good too. 2 really good cards back to, well, 2 really good cards in my opinion. I'm not sure if they are. Probably the popular opinion out there is that it's not. Maybe. I haven't heard of the cards. I feel like this card I know I've seen on the show, so it must be good. You lose 2 life, you lose 1 life, you lose 3 life. If you do all of them combined, you lose 6 life, and you know your boy's going to be doing that every single time. Honestly, the create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling, I probably wouldn't do that much. But it is a pirate, so it does fit with the theme. So because I know that's such a good card, and I've seen it all the time, and the reactions are always like, oh, you're played Black Market Connections, go for it. I'm putting that there. Blood Money. Blood Money must be theft. Destroy all creatures for each non-token creature destroyed this way. Create a tapped treasure token. Man, if that said not tapped treasure token, this card would be... that card would be cool. Dire Fleet Ravager. When Dire Fleet Ravager enters the battlefield, each player loses a third of their life. I hate effects like that. That is just like that standard card I hate. What is it? It's like that Chainsaw Man Mother Trucker. Man, what is that card? Like Ruthless Slasher? Slinging slasher slash bringing basher. SpongeBob. That was a SpongeBob reference. It's always a good night when you have a SpongeBob reference. Fathom Fleet Captain. So we have an admiral, a captain. Whenever this attacks, if you control another non-token pirate, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. If that had haste, that would be pretty cool. Lethal Scheme. Convoke. Convoke is when you can tap, yes, your creatures can help you cast a spell. Destroy target creatures or planeswalkers. Each creature that convoked Lethal Scheme connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. I don't know about that one, folks. That one's alright, I suppose. Angrath. Marauders. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that player. I don't like cards like that. It's just so degenerate, I think, in my opinion. It gets out of hand way too quickly. It can be used as combo stuff. I don't know. I'm not a fan of stuff like that. Blasphemous Act, I do like this card. Because it just gets better. The more you need that card, the better it is, and that's why I like it so much. Captain Lenore Storm. Haste. Whenever Captain Lenore Storm attacks, create a treasure token is an artifact. Oh, I don't need to read that. I know what a treasure token is. When you sacrifice a treasure token, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This card is good. I like Evacuationaire. You're referring to the Unstoppable. Yes, Unstoppable Slasher. I am definitely. My message merged. All good, my friend. I am, and stop talking about Unstoppable Slasher. I hate that card with a passion. And what reminded me of it? Where did it go? This one, Dire Fleet Ravager. Screw this card. I'm not playing this card. I'm going to find a random card I have laying around and replace this card as fast as possible because I don't want to be that guy. I hate that guy. Why would I want to be that guy? Captivating Crew. So we got an admiral, a captain, another pirate, legendary creature, and we have a crew. We also have a skeleton crew. Gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. There we go, baby. Untap the creature. It gains haste until end of turn. We got another one. Another theft card. Let's go. Chaos Warp. I like cards with effects like this. Random nature cards like this. Gamify situations that normally isn't gamified. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I love it, that's for sure. Coercive Recruiter. Or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control. Gain control of another target creature until end of turn. I got another one. Back-to-back theft cards. I mean, the pile is starting to look a little bit more pile-y. But we have a long way to go, that's for sure. Dire Fleet Daredevil. When Dire Fleet Daredevil enters the battlefield, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. There we go. You may cast it. Any mana type can be used to spend it. If that spell would be put into the graveyard this turn, exile instead. Can we do another one? Whenever Karizev, Skyship Raider attacks, create a Ragavan, a legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token. Ragavan enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. So this is why we needed that token, and it's not an actual Ragavan. We didn't get a Ragavan. That's disappointing. I was trying to say earlier that I like Evacuation, a budget version of Cyclonic Rift. Did I pull that? I feel like I pulled that, didn't I? Pull it like it's a booster pack? Well, yeah, I'm just going to say pull it because that's the easiest thing to say. Evacuation, there we go. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. Yeah, but Cyclonic Rift is a 7, right? When you overload it. So yeah, that's not that bad, isn't it? Evacuation. Plus it has our Admiral on it. So it's very thematic. Yeah, you have it there. Pretty cool card. Return stuff to your hand. And you just, especially you have ETB effects. Makes it even like triply good. Port Razor. I actually have this card already. Deals combat damage to a player. Untap each creature you control. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat phase. Can't attack player it already has attacked. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. I like the fact that it can't attack the same player, even though it probably won't matter because you'll have so much stuff. Yup, 7. Yeah, I thought so. Hey, I'm getting familiar with the cards, guys. I'm gonna be a great player before you know it. Shared Animosity. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each other attacking creature that shares a creature type with it. So this could make things pretty massive. Pretty massive weaponry, you know what I'm saying? Admiral Beckett Brass. We got 2 of them things. This one's a little bit cheaper. And she's still an ugly broad, to be honest with you. Other powers you control get +1/+1 at the beginning of your end step. Gain control of target non-land permanent controlled by a player who was dealt combat damage by 3 or more powers this turn. There is another theft effect. We love to see it. Hostage Taker. This must be a theft effect. When Hostage Taker enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact until Hostage Taker leaves the battlefield. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Exile another target. Okay, so I can just steal whatever's on the board. It's a pretty expensive card. So you'll definitely need a lot of mana to cast it, but maybe you steal a Soul Ring, so you'd only need 6 mana available. So maybe it's easier done than I was thinking. King Narfi's Betrayal. Each player mills 4 cards, then you may exile a creature or planeswalker card from each graveyard. Until the end of the turn, you may cast. Boom! Another cast from exile effect. So this pile is still small, but we're getting there. Prismary's Command. Card looks pretty decent. I like the blue and red. Deals 2 damage to any target. The target player draws 2 cards and discards 2 cards. Target player creates a treasure token, destroy target artifact. All for 3 mana. Not bad. Not bad at all. Zara, Renegade Recruiter. Attacks. Look at the defending player's hand. You may put a creature card from it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. You steal a creature from their hand. Hopefully they have a creature. It costs so much to play that card. Their hands might be bare by the time you can play it. So you're kind of running a risky game there. Maybe. But I do love the theft effect. So this pile and Don Andres is looking kind of doable. Icon of Ancestry. As Icon of Ancestry enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control the chosen type gets +1/+1. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card of the chosen type from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Not bad. No, it's pretty bad. They're pretty bad. Doesn't excite me that much, to be honest with you. But I'm assuming that the rest of this deck is just going to be lands. So that really is disappointing. How many cards do I have that are theft effects? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And actually, one of those cards is this. That doesn't count. I just put it there because... Oh, and this one. Okay. So 10 cards out of 100. 100 of theft effects. Oh, well. All right. Desolate Lighthouse. Exotic Orchard. Foreboding Ruins. Does the deck also have Admiral? Yes, it does. It does. That is one of the very few theft effects. Right there. The original Beckett Brass. I don't know why I want to say Beckett Brass. Kind of reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph now that I'm saying it so much. Yeah, I'm actually really liking this deck. Pretty excited. After I changed a couple of the cards I don't like, I don't have a very large pool of cards to choose from. But maybe I'm thinking actually, I like this card so much, I'm already starting to think about making this its entire deck, you know what I'm saying? Because that's so fun. It probably is not very well liked among Commander players now that I'm thinking about it though. Probably Commander players feel the same way about that as I do, as like playing up against the mono black deck in Standard. Port of Carfell. Secluded Courtyard. Terramorphic Expanse. I know this card. I like this card. Rogue's Path is always good. Can't be blocked this turn. A lot of my cards already can't be blocked. Thriving Bluff. Thrive. Oh, all the thrivings. They all enter tap, don't they? So disappointing. I don't understand why they do that. Why not just make good cards and include good cards the entire way? Like, I think I'd rather have a basic land than a tap card. First things to change. Hey, you just said it actually. That's funny. First things to change are the tap lands. Yeah, I hate tap lands, man. They're so lame. So that is 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 so far. Actually, that's not that bad. Oh, I got some more up here. I wasn't paying attention at that time, though. And the 4, 5. Kind of tapped. Kind of tapped. Tapped. All right, there's a lot of tap lands. That shooks. But it is what it is. I don't think they're... I mean, maybe. I mean, these precons, from what I've read and seen, are getting better and better throughout the years. Like, for example, that Titus deck I opened, like, last week, a few days ago. Like, that has an infinite combo. So it's kind of... They're getting kind of nutty in terms of the power level. I'm just now realizing that I don't have the chat visible on my screen. I don't know why that is. I can see the chat. Oh, I see. I know why. I know why. Should I fix that right now? There's the chat. That was silly of me. I feel like that gives me an air of like legitimacy. Is having the chat on screen. Every streamer I've seen has it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I added it. Mountains. We're almost done sleeving this deck, and then we're going to open up the collector booster sample pack. 2 times ago that I opened a precon, I pulled a $60 card. I didn't even realize it. The dual type land that enters untapped are expensive though. Hey, that's why God invented proxies. You know what I'm saying? That's especially after that the whole debacle last year. And I came way after. So started 2 weeks ago, so I avoided all this stuff. Just from looking online at the videos, everybody was like up in arms because they banned those really expensive commander staples. What were they called? Jeweled Lotus and Mana Crypt. Jeweled Lotus and Mana Crypt. So I feel like after everyone spending their $300 on those cards, they're going to be more apt to proxy out dual lands and things of that nature. That's what I'm assuming. And I'm glad I missed that period of magic because of how obsessed I am with this game being brand new 2 weeks in. I would have definitely blown my money on that and would have been so distraught if I got into the game back then, bought $300 cards, them got banned, lose my $300. I would have been distraught. I would have been a sad guy for sure. If you're running those, you should be playing CDH. Agreed. Just trying to build a pod to get the rest of my buds into this wonderful game that I found. Wonderful. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I actually like that they give you thick cards. I don't know. Normally I wouldn't be into stuff like that, but I kind of like it. All right, here's the moment of truth. I don't know if there's really expensive cards in this set, but if there is, they're in this pack right here. Right here, right now. Do they have... I know like the Final Fantasy set has like $2,000 chocobos. Does this set? And if so, I'm about to pull it right here. Gotta do the sniff test. It does smell like money. There's more where that came from. You better believe it, bub. Okay, I've never seen that card before, so I'm just assuming that this card is like 5 cents. But here's the $1,000 card. Oh, that's shiny and fancy. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know. Aquali, the seething tower. Legendary creature fungus. Descend 4. As long as there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, you get +2/+2 and has trample. Descend 8. As long as there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, a quality gets an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by. I don't think this is good because I've never seen it before. I've never seen it before, but it's shiny. Very shiny. It's a fungus, and it looks like a mushroom. And it looks pretty good in a black sleeve, I'm not going to lie. Okay, I got to look it up. Because that does look really fancy. But I do see all the time foil magic cards being like $1. So the Seething Tower MTG, it pops up right away. Oh, 35 cents. What's the other card? It is Terrian Soul Cleaver. A rare. Equipped creature has vigilance. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature. That actually goes well with the deck I just opened. Actually goes extremely well with that. And for 1 mana, I could replace that that anchor card. This card. 3 mana, gets +2/+2 in mana. Menace. I'll take it. I pulled a foil. You gotta love a foil, and I think these are called showcases. I mean, this card looks pretty cool, to be honest. And this card is like a, what is it? A borderless card? Is that what these are called? Borderless? Looks pretty cool. Can't say I'm disappointed. I'm quite a big fan of Pirates. But into the deck box it goes for the time being. And now I just have... I mean, it's a smaller profile to have to move. Borderless or Extended Art? Yeah, there we go. Extended Art. That's what I was thinking of. That is exactly what I was thinking of. All right, it fits like a glove, and I think I'm gonna. The more I look at this card, I don't know what he's holding now that I'm thinking about it. What the hell is that? A box with like some sort of fungus on it? I don't know if I like that, but I like the effect. Admiral, Beckett, Brass, the Unsinkable. And something I do, which is kind of strange, is I actually put the thick card in the sleeve. I don't know why. Just because there's foil. I don't know why I do that. I'm a weird guy sometimes. All right, that is all she wrote. I got some more tokens and whatnot, so that was successful. I think the last thing I'm going to do on stream tonight, I'm going to definitely call it a day early because of the day I've had. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys what I got sent for free by the guy I bought all this stuff from, is the Pauper deck that he sent me. I've been super excited about this, and I've had it for like, a couple weeks now, and I haven't opened it. Let's do that. I just gotta remember where I put, oh, there it is. This room is such a mess. Even though it doesn't look like a mess more than it did just a couple days ago. All right, let's check this out. Now, the top card is the Final Fantasy card, so this is right up my alley. My favorite cards in Magic are the Final Fantasy cards. Here is the Pauper deck I made. Yes, it is. All right, let's check it out. Thunder Magic, 1 Thunder Magic. Haste Magic, 2 Haste Magics. Red Mage's Rapier. Ooh, a foil one. So 3 Red Mage's Rapier. Warrior's Sword. 3 Warrior's Sword. Light of Judgment. Blazing Bomb. Sabo Tender. This is exciting. Item Shopkeep. 2 item shopkeeps. One of them is foil. Cool. Ooh, got 2 summons. I really like the summon mechanic. Hill Gigas. Mountain Cycling. I like Mountain Cycling effect. I like them all, actually. Black Mage's Rod. Fight On. 3 Fight Ons. Are you kidding me? I will. Don't worry about me. I'm going to fight on. Cornered Black Mages. Black and red is Rakdos, right? Sephiroth's Intervention. Oh, I'm running out of room. 3 Ahriman. Undercity Dire Rat. Malboro. Oh, Malboro. I'll take a Sig if you have one. Hecdies. 4 Hecdies, one of them foil. All right, let's see what the purpose of this deck is. All right, we got an Akiman. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, draw a card. When this creature dies, create a treasure token, so maybe you sacrifice the rat. Marlboro, when this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, lose 2 life, and exiles top 3 cards of their library. Swamp Cycling. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. Light of Judgment deals 6 damage to target creature. Destroy up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. Blazing Bomb, that looks pretty cool. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. Blow up, sacrifice this creature, it deals damage equal to its power. Landfall, deals 1 damage. So it's a burn deck for sure. Deals 2 damage. Target creature gets +3/+1 against haste until end turn. Job Select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. The creature has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, that creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Job Select again. Man, these are really cool cards. I am a big fan. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 and is a warrior in addition to its other types. Whenever you attack, attacking equipped creature gains menace until end of turn. Target attacking equipped. Okay, I see what it says. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's pretty cool. What is this called? It's a demon. GF Ifrit. Weird. Trample and haste 5/4 for 6. That's expensive. +1/+0 deals 1 damage. Another deal damage effect. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Well, we're gonna be doing that a lot, right? Destroy target creature. You gain 2 life. Interesting. You're gonna be sacking stuff. You're gonna be dealing damage when you sack stuff. Not a deck I would have made myself, but Final Fantasy themed. So you gotta love it. A lot of cool cards too, like the Job Select stuff. This card looks sweet, and the fact that some of these are just like Thunder Magic. What is this one? Haste Magic. Love it. Blazing Bomb, Light of Judgment, Undercity Dirat, Akiman. That kind of sounds like a Digimon. And Hectize. Hectize looks pretty cool. Hectize has some Yu-Gi-Oh vibes. That's for darn sure. I'm actually going to put the deck. I'm not going to sleeve this deck as of right now. It doesn't have any lands. It doesn't do me any good in my current state of life and affairs. But eventually I will bust this out and I will play Pauper because it does scratch an itch I have. I like that kind of stuff. Oh, man. I am happy I streamed today. This was like one of those days where I was almost didn't. And I hung out with Kuro. Kuro, you're the best. Sorry I didn't play Arena today. My head hurts and my head has hurt all day. But there's always tomorrow, my friend. There's always tomorrow. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. But if not, have a great rest well, bro. You as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with me again, bro. Hopefully I see you soon. But if not, have fun whatever you're doing. Have fun with it. Hopefully we play some Magic. See you tomorrow? Oh, sounds good. Sounds great, I should say. See you tomorrow. I'm going to end the stream right now.